Manwich, favorite job.
And Bubbles. Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos! Hello and welcome here to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are coming to you at the speed of sound on these sweet, sweet airwaves from the Hexapod Soundhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Luke, and I am joined by my co-host, Nick.
Hey, this is Nick. Yes, I am the Nick. Luke, it's great to be here with you. I'm glad I'm here with you. I would never abandon you. We are missing DJ High and Dry. He'll be back at some point. No, he's here. He's here with us inside, in our hearts. Always. DJ High and Dry, welcome to the show. So, Luke, what do we got going on today with Velocity Chaos Podcast?
Well, we got some chest hair. Well, you got some chest hair. I think we both have some chest hair on this one. You got a lot of chest hair over there, I see. And then we're gonna move into some buzzkill, and then we're gonna go. We haven't rambled on something in a while, so we're gonna ramble on some things. And so, just a reminder for our returning listeners and a note for our new friends that here at the Velocity Chaos Podcast, we explore the highest heights of human knowledge and the lowest depths of crude humor. Our mission is to get out there and maybe even in there and tickle that pink thing between your ears, poke that frontal lobe. Or sometimes we're just going to smash that goddamn laugh box. So hop in and buckle up for an infotainment ride across the airwaves.
And before we get into it, a reminder to follow us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod and on Facebook. Also, drop us some stars on Apple Podcasts, some love on Spotify, and toss us a sub on YouTube. Yes, we are on YouTube, as well as many other places to get your podcasts. Wherever you prefer, we are there. Thank you, as always, for your support and participation. All right, let's do it.
All right, so we're going to move into our Make the Connection segment here. Normally, DJ High and Dry would roll these D6s, but Nick over here is going to take the honors of rolling the cubies. Nick, what do we got here?
Ooh, a little tougher than the last one.
Oh,
a 3 and a 2.
Ooh, that is less than 7. We got 5 coming at you, and we're gonna get a couple words here that Nick and I are gonna say at the same time here on the count of 3. If you have a word, or do you got a word?
I'm ready.
You ready? All right. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Cans.
Stegosaurus. So we're going to go from Stegosaurus to cans in 5 words.
This is to warm up. This is to get our brains going. All right. Stegosaurus. Oh, man. I think I was done. Your first syllable, I was done.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one are we starting with?
We're going to start with Stegosaurus inside.
All right. Okay. Wow. If we pull this one off, we're all-time champs. I don't care what Zach says out there.
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah. Would try us. All right, so I'll Stegosaurus, and Nick will start, and then we'll bounce that back and forth. Nick, Stegosaurus.
Lizard.
Jungle.
Oh, man. Jungle. Bamboo.
Okay. Cylindrical.
Cans.
Hey.
I
think so.
Hey. Nice.
I think so.
I was thinking like bamboo shoots in a can at the grocery store for like.
Oh, they have that?
Yeah, Chinese cooking
I
bamboo
didn't know
shoots. But hey, cylindrical.
See, I was thinking go jungle to like then wood and then metal can. Like kind of go the material route.
Well, we got the shapes. We got
there.
We backdoored it through shapes.
Yes.
Speaking of cans, I have some chest hair on my cans that I have to get off about other people's cans.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically other men. I have a problem with other men or other mans. And by mans, I mean Manwich. I have a big bone to pick with a big boner to pick with Manwich.
Yeah. That's diabolical.
This
really.
is diabolical. Okay, guys, this is a chest hair segment. This is where Luke or myself get something off of our chest that has been boiling up underneath. This one comes with a tale and some information. I'm going to start really quick, okay? I grew up Sloppy Joes. What kid has not had a Sloppy Joe, right?
Underprivileged, or maybe more privileged kids.
The rich kids who are on happy diets, they have never had a Sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
Sloppy Joes are life. They're Americana between two buns.
I bet rich kids have clean Josephs.
Clean Josephs. Prim and proper Josephs. And it's just a slice of beef Wellington, which is already wrapped in something
with a bouillabaisse.
The bouillabaisse. And it's just like between two slices of air.
Yeah.
And because they gotta say fit for that lacrosse, that's it. These little 2-year-olds trying to get them trained up for Princeton or whatever Ivy League school they're trying to get into. Anyway, I digress. Sloppy Joes are sandwiches for the pizza of people, right? They are for the people, by the people. I grew up. I was spoiled because my mom always made us Sloppy Joes, right? They are really easy to throw together. It's like tomato sauce and ground beef. It can be tomato paste and ground beef. It can be, everyone's got their own thing. That's the beauty of Sloppy Joes. It's like, we're all human. We just all come in different styles. That's the same thing. We're all human, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Sloppy Joes. Sloppy Joe covers a lot. Some people put barbecue sauce on their Sloppy Joes, I've heard. It's crazy. But that's the beauty of the Sloppy Joe, right? So I've had homemade Sloppy Joes for most of my life. Really important part of my upbringing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cheesy Sloppy Joe.
Take a little cheese on there.
Little Kraft cheese slice single. Right on there. Done.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys.
Yeah, what's your chest hair?
Here's the chest hair. It's not against Sloppy Joes.
This is some nostalgia.
I love Sloppy Joes. The chest hair is that I've never bought a can of Manwich in my life because they never had to.
Yeah.
And the one time I did, they let me down big time. They led me astray, Luke. They led me astray. And you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Because I left you hungry. I betrayed his mother, his childhood. I betrayed Luke.
Yeah.
We were out camping. He was really there. And I was rushing through Walmart looking for just some campfire grub. It was crunch time. We were trying to get out there. We were trying to get the tent set up. We were trying to get going. The fire started, right?
Yep.
And so I grab a can
windy.
I grab a can of Manwich because I look at that cover and I have one right here actually for us. And if I just hold it up and look right at the camera, I just pointed at the camera for YouTube fans out there.
Yep.
Look at this. What is that? What does that look like? Oh, it looks like there's a sandwich in a can, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. All you need to do is bring bread. So I got a bunch of rolls.
Yep.
And threw 2 of these cans in the cart. And checked out, head to the campsite, and the way we went, right?
Yeah. Look, it checks out to me.
So we're eating chips and dip and having a good time, throwing back the chili ones. It's good. The fire's going.
Getting some wieners on there.
Getting some wieners going. It's a little chilly, a little cold out, but it's all right. We're men. We're going for it. We got the chest hair on.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, guys, and you're like, yeah, it's time to get the Sloppy Joes going, right?
Get real manly.
Time to get real manly up in here, right? So I crack open that can. And I'm just like, here we go. And I tilt it over into the cook fire pot, right? And that's all I hear. I just hear liquid. And I'm like, that moment, my heart dropped into my stomach. The cold shot up my spine. And it wasn't because it was the middle of October out on the lake. It was because I was betrayed by the Manwich packaging. Yeah. I cannot believe how bold that they make this sandwich. And guess what? It says Manwich, original Sloppy Joe sauce.
Yeah, you got to read the fine print.
Just add meat.
Got to read the fine print.
I could not believe how betrayed I was by that. Yeah, you got to read the fine print. But this marketing is crazy. So yeah, you got to brown like 2 pounds of meat, add Manwich sauce, asked to be called chef, and serve, dig in, and leave hunger behind.
I would like to know out there how many of you have been fooled by these hijinks that Manwich, what company? What is this?
It's probably just the Manwich company.
Manwich company by Conagra brands.
What?
Probably
not even American.
CONAGRA brand.
Probably not even American.
Probably not. Yeah, Chicago. That's not American.
That's like way out there. So guys, betrayed, chest hair, and so it led me down a little bit of a path. The funny thing is, like, Sloppy Joes have been causing controversy since the beginning. People can't decide where they actually came from. Some people say 1930s in Chicago. Funny you should say that. Up there in Canada, they say there was a diner up there, and the cook his name was Sloppy Joe, or his name was Joe. Some people say down in Florida, there's a place down there who claims to have the original Sloppy Joe. That was a restaurant. Here it is, Key West, Florida. They say. And then finally, there's a claim out of Cuba where bar owner Jose Garcia was slinging sloppy Jose's.
Sloppy Jose's, messy Jose's
all over the place. So they're not. Sloppy Joe's is nothing new to controversy. But they're not the only brand. I've seen things like Colgate 3-packs with a value pack, and the third box is half the size. So they're not giving you a third one; they're just giving you half the size.
I haven't seen that. You got had. Well, hold on, let's go. Let's step back to take a step back here on who started it. Can I just one thing? It doesn't matter who started it. I'm guessing 2, 3, 4 different tribes around the world probably invented the wheel at the same time. Can we just appreciate that we have the goodness of Sloppy Joes in our lives, and no one needs really credit for it?
That's the only consolation I can take, is that it's such a universal language.
Yeah,
the Sloppy Joe, it transcends. It's like our pasta.
Yeah,
it's like it is that. It's the American pasta. Yeah. Sloppy Joe is the American
pasta. It's a dream in a can, is what it is.
Well, not in a can, apparently. You can't put meat in a can.
It's the sauce of a dream in a can.
It's the base of a dream. Base of a dream. To be honest with you, I'm going to probably just keep this can for the rest of my life as a reminder to, one, read the fine print always.
Yeah.
2, you can't trust the packaging. So, you really got to undress first what you're looking at here. And then 3, I don't think you can brand the beauty. It's like Sloppy Joe is a wild American Mustang. Mm-hmm. And Manwich decided they were going to try to put that Mustang in a corral and break it and put it to work. And it's just not allowed. The Sloppy Joe needs to run free, needs to be cruising over the plains.
Yeah, I guess the big thing is, how long would you think that they would keep meat in a can for? Like, what other meat in a cans besides Spam? Sometimes you'll find those chicken in a can, but like, do you ever really see beef in a can? I haven't heard, so I guess that should have tipped us off.
I'll throw my hands up in the air. Yeah. Hey, that's a nice reminder to know that there's still things in this world I don't know, right? It keeps us humble.
Yeah.
Keeps us hungry, humble and hungry.
That's where they get that from. Yeah. It's the Manwich that when they came up with that saying, whoever did, I'm sure it was, 4 or 5 different people at the same time, getting a Manwich, like, read the fine print, stay humble, stay hungry.
They're like, we'll take care of those people out there. We'll teach them to be humble, and we'll keep making them hungry. Because I can't eat a can of sauce.
Hey, I guess you could.
You could, but we tried. We tried that night at the campsite. We tried.
Did we just kind of pseudo chili dog it?
Well, DJ threw the beans in it, and then we just topped off the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Just one more thing here. I said Chicago was the first place. I just created a whole new myth of Sloppy Joe, because the original place they were saying was Sioux City, Iowa.
Oh.
So just to clarify, not to add more controversy, it was Sioux City. And it was actually, So, man, don't try to put a Mustang in a can. That's all I got to say. Don't try to do it. It won't work out in the long run, because, the American spirit, man, it flies free. It runs free. It gets out there. It does what it wants to do.
Yeah. It's like you're taking something that works, and then, it almost seems broken. And speaking of broken things, if you have a doodad, a what's it, any type of thingamabob, or even a box full of trinkets that you've just been waiting for a repair, take them down to your local Big Guys Repair. With over 500 locations across these United States, probably even Sioux City, Illinois, and Guam. Big Guys Repair brings a small town repair shop feel to whichever place you're in, exactly, except Florida, because there honestly is no fixing that place. Big Guys Repair can fix anything. They employ only the best and brightest at Big Guys Repair, and they will return your item working or your money back. At the checkout counter, whisper Big VC Pod into the friendly associate's ear for 30% off your repair price. There's no job too big for Big Guys Repair. This is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we're unaware, have no affiliation, offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea.
It's funny. We're creating all sorts of mythos around Sloppy Joe's because it was Sioux City, Iowa.
Oh, my bad. Did I say Illinois?
Not Sioux City, Illinois.
So the sillies getting silly over here.
Okay. Yeah. So that leads us into our midway segment. This is going to be a big one. We do this a lot. Buzzkill on a regular basis. Or, as tonight we call it, Booze Kill, as I raise a chili one to my co-host,
Tinkies.
Booze Kill. Thank you for indulging. Guys, Buzzkill works like this, okay? We have a huge catalog of random topics that we are going to have a random timer against. Essentially, I will pick a topic, I will throw it out there. Luke and I are going to riff a little bit, and when you hear this sound, that means it's time to go on to the next topic. Our timers, anywhere between 20 seconds and 180 seconds, so we're going to have plenty of time to chit-chat, and it'll be a good time. So, with that, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, our first topic is, or as DJ would go, your first topic is Zues.
Zeus, the god of gods that's captivated. No, not in captivity. The lion. I believe his name was Zeus at the Cleveland Zoo. I don't know. I'm torn between Zeus. I am torn.
Zeus?
No, Zeus.
Zeus?
Wait, is it Zeus or Zeus?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
I've decided I'm not going to tell you.
I am torn between Zeus himself, a god among gods, fathering many children, and zoos, where they take these creatures that, they're in captivity and, they're stuck in these confined places. But, in the wild, would they survive? We don't know. But we get to study them. But that's very selfish, I think. But then there are some nearly extinct creatures. Yeah.
For sure. Zeus was always the most annoying Greek god just because he was just like at the center of everything, but it was just because he had a lightning bolt. That was it. Really, like, I am the most powerful. It's like, okay, we get it. You get to throw around. He was the most marketable. That's why he was the one. Your topic is popcorn.
Popcorn, pop. The only thing I don't like about popcorn is that it gets stuck in your teeth, but I guess you're really just saving it for later. But popcorn, I get when you get popcorn at home. That's a nice little light snack, not too many calories.
Yeah.
Get at the movie theater. They got the whole like butter buffet now. I don't know if you've seen that at the movie theater.
I've seen the powders.
Yeah.
Do you use those?
At home, I will. Like I'm a guy that's just pretty complacent with whatever I'm given. I don't need to doctor it up. Like they hand you the popcorn. Okay, that's the popcorn I got.
Nice.
But I guess you could butter it and then cheese it. Like nice cheddar popcorn's good.
Yeah, cheddar popcorn's not bad. My family used to do ranch. You ever do that? The powder. Okay, so they used to like you just buy the bottled ranch. But back in the day, it was a powder you could just stir into sour cream. So we took that powder and just tossed it over popcorn. Delicious. I highly recommend that, actually. Gives it a nice flair. But no, popcorn can be indulged in many different ways. But again, kind of a classic that you could have it just as is, or you can spice it up a little bit.
A little goes a long way.
Yeah.
And like you can eat a lot of it, but then not feel. You not feel filled, like
not fulfilled,
or you do feel filled, but it's not like over. Like you're not bloated or anything. It's like It's just popcorn. It's like it's.
But let me ask you: do you like coated popcorn? topic for another time. Because your new topic is family vacations.
This is I'm gonna take a back seat on this one. I've only been on like one family vacation to.
I thought you were gonna say you don't have a family.
I don't have.
My
family's dead to me.
Family. My name's Bruce Wayne, and I have to wear this cape.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. In Cleveland, Ohio. Easy Patrol.
Yeah.
Cleveland, Ohio, Batman.
All good.
Family vacations. I mean, look, I recently went back to a place that I went to a lot when I was a kid, and there's something about being familiar with an area. I know the whole like trendy thing is to go see as much of the world as possible, but when you really get to know an area that's not where you live, that's pretty nice. Cool. Your topic is athletes' salaries.
So athletes, I think all, not all, but most, maybe all athletes are overpaid. In general, just, I mean, they are out there. I guess the thing is, you got to think they're akin to actors in a way. If they're bringing in, they're providing a service to bring in a large number of money and revenue. Then yeah, they should be paid based on that talent. But they're just playing a game, really, when it boils down to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I might get a little controversial here when they say, you know, like men and women, like just take NBA, WNBA.
Yeah.
Should they be paid the same?
Market size.
No. How many people go to a WNBA game compared to an NBA game?
Yeah.
If you want WNBA players to be paid as much as NBA players, then support WNBA, watch the games, like buy the merchandise.
Sure.
Like how many teams can you name? Like that's what it boils down to. If you're not pulling in, we talked about it a few episodes ago, but yeah, they need to start getting in fights or something. Create more of a.
The games are good. The competitions are good. It's just they need to build the narratives, and it probably has to do with like the personalities.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate when you have like things like the woman who is in jail in Russia now.
Yeah.
And she's like supposedly going to be there for like 8 years.
It was like 9, I think.
That's crazy. I'm surprised that we should not allow that. She's an American citizen.
I saw a post of, it was like, what would
okay, dating turnoffs.
Dating turnoffs.
We're both a little out of this.
Yeah, out of the game. What's a turnoff? Dang.
Picking your nose.
Yeah, everyone does it.
Body odor is a big one.
Yeah, body odors. That's not good.
Are we thinking about us to women, or are we trying to think of men from a women's perspective?
Ooh, see, I was thinking like, yeah, what's a turnoff for me?
I quite like body odor, actually.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Dang. It's probably one of those things that's like, if I saw it, I'd be like, yeah, that's it. But just to name it off the top of my head, this is terrible podcasting.
I think my thing was not being willing to contribute to a conversation. I can get it if you feel a little uncomfortable, but like not having anything to talk about, I guess. But then everyone's like, well, if you don't have anything in common, it's like you can't talk about certain general topics and try to find something. I just think people who are closed off have a hard time.
It's a wonder why you keep me around.
You know, I think we should break up.
Oh, no. Right here in the middle of Buzzkill?
Oh, this is great podcasting material.
Where's that
you just
buzzer?
said terrible podcasting material. Your next topic is favorite job.
Favorite job
that you've had.
That I've had. Okay, now we're expounding. Usually DJ High and Dry just leaves it as is, but okay, since you're running the show.
I'm breaking the rules.
I did enjoy the valet. Valet was fun.
Okay.
Driving. I enjoyed driving vehicles.
Nice.
Another cool one was I worked at a tennis club.
Oh, really?
I didn't work there very long.
What job was like? What did you do?
I was just a desk attendant, but like I would close down and clean up after, and then hit the ball machine. Late night sometimes.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
I got to work. I got to work on a Netflix show in New York, and that was the coolest thing. It was a lot of hard work, but it was interesting to see how it all worked at that level. And the best thing was I had to rig a light above a table that was rigged as a stunt table. So if you dropped like even a quarter on it, it would just crack in half.
Oh,
and like they were setting up for the stunt. And so they're just like, don't drop that. And I'm like, no, I won't drop it. They're like, no, that'd be like $50,000 of like rebuilding this table for this scene. And I'm like, wait, you tell me that now as I'm like wrenching the bolt onto it.
I was doing lefty tighty this whole time.
Yeah. Wait, what do you want me to drop it?
I'm an idiot. I'm a freaking cameraman for live events. Totally forgot. But that's the sweetest job. I was at Blossom.
Rob Zombie, you got to
like
stick
Rob
a camera.
Zombie, White Snake, Foreigner. Oh my God, Smashing Pumpkins, one of my favorite bands. Like, yeah,
dude, I can't believe you didn't lead with that. Why don't you lead with that?
Know, right? I forgot I did that. I just thought I was hanging out because I'm getting paid to just hang out in the pit right in front of the stage, shooting camera at some of the most amazing entertainers.
Tennis racket handler, librarian, page turner, snail babysitter. Your next topic is junk food.
I mean, I guess that's what you define as junk food, really. I mean, it's fast food, junk food. I eat every day.
Pop-Tarts are junk food.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm done with
No,
those.
what are you talking about? 3 basic food groups.
Yeah.
So Pop-Tarts, cereal, and pizza.
Yeah. Chips are baked chips no longer junk food. Is that the healthy junk food? Baked chips?
I guess. I try to stay away from stuff in bags. Like I have my go-tos. Tortilla chips, very versatile. So like that, I think you can get away with a little bit. Pretzels, same thing, pretty versatile. And as far as snacks go, like they're not fried. It's just dough. It's baked dough. So that's the problem with chips, all the oil and saturated fats, right?
Yeah.
So my problem is I now have all of the loyalty programs on my phone. And every time you scroll past your food category on your phone, it's just an advertisement for that. Eat this, eat this.
Hey, whoa, come back.
Hey, come here, buddy. How many points do I have?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a free sandwich. Oh, yeah.
I have. I don't know if it's the season, but the last couple of weeks I've been falling into a trap, like stopping at a gas station between a stop and getting a couple like king size candy bars.
Oh no,
like a Payday and a Twix or something.
It's because we keep talking about it on the podcast. We got to stop inceptioning each other. Yeah. We got to stop inseminating each other.
It's not good. It's not good. That's
yeah, that isn't good.
I have a terrible sweet tooth. That's why I tell people like, I don't eat sweets because like if they offer me something, it's because I know I won't be able to stop.
I got you. I mean, chocolate it's becoming a bigger part of my life for sure. I also definitely this time of year get a lot of cravings. I've been trying to resist. I kind of give myself a rule. There's something I want really bad. Like I told you I had Cane's the other day, which is just dynamite. I held out on Cane's for like 3 weeks before I let myself go buy it.
That's good.
And I try to do that just because like I know I could have it now because this is America. But I specifically try to have a gap between the craving and the fulfillment of the craving.
That's very good self-control.
Thank you. Favorite athlete?
Hans Zimmer. No, favorite athlete.
Have you ever seen that guy play the guitar? He's a freaking athlete. At his age? Dude, he's a legend.
Favorite athlete. Oh man, I'd have to go. I don't know if I have like a favorite all time. I mean, Albert Bell was always my favorite baseball player.
Okay, cool. Just off the top of your head, we're not gonna like record this and put it out on the internet for everyone to see what your answer is.
How about you name? So we'll just ping pong it back and forth. You got some
Peyton Manning. I love him. The voice, the attitude, the jokesterisms, and he was freaking winning. One of the few to like go out on top. It's very rare for an athlete to be like won the highest thing of my whole sport. Piece like look at Tom Brady. Look at the mess.
He had a chance.
Look at the
chance.
but look at the mess. Like it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, Peyton Manning,
Kenny Lofton.
Nice.
I'm very Cleveland mid '90s.
Nick Chubb. Do you think Nick Chubb's gonna end up in that?
Yeah,
that pantheon.
He's good.
As long they got to keep letting him go. Feeding him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick Chubb's up there for me.
Michael Brantley. I enjoyed him when he was on the Indians.
Michael Brantley. Yeah. Jose Ramirez is
Yeah.
now in there for me.
Oh, Jose Ramirez is going to be beloved for.
I think Stephen Kwan is going to be my favorite.
Yes. Yeah.
Your topic is worst movie.
There's no bad movie. Alec to the Rescue.
What is that? What is that?
As we were back in high school, we would stay at my buddy Haas's house, and we would just either at the I think it was, I don't know if it was Dollar Tree or just Walmart, like cheap bin, just pick a random movie.
I love that.
And try to watch it. And yeah, there was Alec to the Rescue. It was just like the worst, corniest, kid trying to save the day movie.
Yeah. It's true. That's a brilliant way to do it. Just grab a case and then you blind pick a DVD out of the like the value bin. That's a good one. It's true, man. I try to see something in everything, but worst movie. I really had a hard time with that Blonde movie that just came out about Marilyn Monroe. It's like 3 hours of just like these really artistic shots, and it's not a happy story. So that was tough.
Is it critically acclaimed at all, or how have it?
Yeah, people are pretty split about it.
It's one of those art movies.
So that's tough. Like you can't say, oh, worst movie, because like people enjoy it, and I can see the artistic merit. So I guess I don't get drawn into watching a lot of things that are just complete ass.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to find that.
What about like a Blair Witch where it's just completely crappily done, but it's very captivating, I suppose. I haven't watched it, but just...
Yeah, Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, just like growing up, and that was like, oh, this is the scariest thing. Yeah. And they made a ton of money. So is it successful? But I guess
sure.
I
mean, I've actually seen those. I thought they were kind of spooky. So like, I actually thought there was some good scare factor to them. So I don't think, Paranormal Activity at least. Yeah, man. Wow, worst movies. I don't know. Alec, what is it?
Alec to the Rescue.
I'm gonna go find the movie and try to watch it. I'm gonna get whacked. Your topic is bedtime rituals.
Got to brush the teeth. Brushing the teeth is a good one. Get in. Pray at the end of the bed. No, I don't. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Maybe
bend the knee.
Yeah,
maybe I should.
Who knows? Praying's a thing of its own. I think you don't have to be praying to a higher power, but you could just be thankful for things and send out good energy. Anyways, bedtime activities. Brush the teeth, take a pee, take the dog out, go pee again after the dog went out to pee after I already peed. Maybe
he sees you peeing, and so he's like, "Hey, I got a little more of me. I could finish it off. You want to take me out again?"
Yeah. Then get in bed and try to find space. Whoa! What?
No, I know. Girls just kind of spread out all over
that,
the place.
And it doesn't matter how far over you are. The lady will be right there, and then
you want to solve that problem?
What's that?
Get a sleep number. Because it's divided in half, and so it like incentivizes you to like stay in your house. It won't work. She'll just be taking over your sleep score.
No, it's more Otto that does.
Oh yeah, okay. The habit I'm trying to break is looking at my phone. Not even for a long time. Yeah. When I go into my bedroom, I don't want to be on my phone at all. That's my goal. And I think you said it one time. Put your phone on the charger, like away from your bed.
Like the bathroom or something.
Yeah, and I think I might try to pick that up. I've been doing okay. I've been doing pretty well, and I'm not the kind of guy who likes to stay on my phone late at night. I don't like to do it. Yeah, I don't doom scroll. I don't do that.
Sometimes I like to get in a game of Super Auto Pets before I.
Gaming is different. The
blue light, though.
The blue light. Yeah, you gotta.
I can sleep in anything, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Is that all you do?
No, I mean I try to brush my teeth, tidy up the bedroom. I've been doing that, like kind of try to tidy up really quick, because nothing's worse than waking up and just being like, look at this mess. You're wading through like clothes.
You just got to accept it.
No, I don't. I've also, being the man of the house now, I've been trying to check the house, like
locked doors
before I go upstairs and stuff. Yeah, doors are locked. Everything's okay. Listen to the neighborhood really quick, that sort of thing.
I don't know about your end. Do you like to sleep in a quiet room, or do you have like a fan or some sort of noise thing?
I sleep in a pretty quiet room, but we live close enough to the highway. Sometimes we get trucks and cars and stuff, and that kind of is nice.
See, my other half, she has to have a fan on. We have an air purifier fan that makes noise, then the ceiling fan that's making noise, and I have them off, and she's like, well, no, I can.
Kitten's just like clawing.
Yeah, I can hear stuff, and it's like, well.
Your topic is mistakes.
Mistakes. You don't learn anything if you don't make mistakes. Mistakes are something that it's a part of life. And if you're not trying, you're not living, and you're not advancing. So mistakes are a necessary part of life, I think.
Yeah. Like these 95 episodes.
Yeah, like 94 before.
Spilling our entire life story out there for everyone to see. No, I'm just kidding. This has been nothing but a mistake. But hey, mistakes, we live in such a bubble boy kind of culture right now, and it's tough. People think that you make one mistake and your whole life's ruined. Your topic is what do you forget the most?
My name. What do I forget the most? That's a tough. I can't even think. What I forget the most is what I forget the most. Is
that thing that I forgot?
Yeah, the thing that I can't remember what I forgot. So how can I remember if I forget it the most?
I think. You have to remember where this all started. What makes a good pair of shoes?
Soul. You got to have soul. If you don't have soul, you don't got good shoes. It's the comfort factor,
Comfort factor?
Form fitting.
It is one thing for me.
Yeah.
The freaking shoelaces. You ever buy a pair of shoes and it's just, you put it on, you tie it, you stand up and you're like, all right, here we go. And you look down and it's somehow untied.
Yeah.
I hate those. Like, I hate shoelaces that just. Now we know why we only let the DJ do that.
I was having fun.
Trigger happy over here. Nice. That was a good round. Shut up. To me, shut up. The other thing, that's the sound you make. That's the sound you want to make to cover up when you just let the gas out. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of gas, and this is the same type of gas when you're literally making gas, breaking wind. Have you ever been on a crowded elevator? You know the one where you're with the potential new business partner heading up to that corner office, or you made eye contact with the hottie in the back while stepping in and you just let one slip. Or how about if you're cutting a rug at that crowded house party where you're just the center of the celebratory universe? Everyone loves you and you just can't keep the sphincter taut. Well, we've all been there, so we all need Gas Away in our pockets. Gas Away is an olfactory salvation in a small chapstick size canister you can easily stow on your person. If you get yourself in a situation that just stinks, pull the pin on a Gas Away, and instead of last night's chimichangas, your friends, colleagues, and local hotties will be smelling lovely lilac, summer spice, or autumnal aroma filling your personal bubble. If you're like me and need a bowel movement bailout, head over to thegasway.com and use the code VCAirBiscuit at checkout to get a BOGO bonanza of canisters. Never get busted again for breaking wind. This is not an actual product service idea, just in case you thought it was. It's not. If there's something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation, offer no judgment on the actual product service or idea. Beauty.
All right, we're going to move into a Ramble On segment. We haven't done one of these in a while where we just talk about something, even though we just talked about 13 different things.
This is Core Velocity Chaos podcast.
Right here. We're going back to our roots right now. Is just yelling about stuff that we don't enjoy or like or we find off-putting, and then talking about random things, and then now we're going to ramble about something else.
Just going to chit-chat.
Just chit-chat. So we're getting into the season. Winter, people are losing the vitamin D in the sun. It's going to bring the moods down. Maybe we're eating too many snacks to hibernate. Maybe that's just built in.
Yeah.
But I want to know what is something that you do to improve your mood when you're in a bad mood?
call you.
That's true. I get a lot of phone calls, 3-4 times a day from this guy.
I'm really hovering over that block caller button.
Yeah.
No, the one thing that I've actually been trying to do, this is interesting. I mean, I've been testing it. Smiling, even especially when you're alone. Dale Carnegie wrote about this in How to Win Friends and Influence People, and the power of the smile and the research that's gone into smiling. And there is scientific research out there that, like, if you smile, it affects your emotions and affects your mood in a positive way. It must be something to do with using those muscles. And even when you do it without the emotion behind it, your brain connects it to the positive emotion. And so, because isn't it funny to think about laughing, right? Like when you see a joke or you're watching Will Ferrell do outtakes, that's where I train when I try to keep a straight face. Why is it that you smile? Like, why is it that you laugh? You know what I mean? It's a crazy thing where there's no physical thing. I mean, if you get tickled, that's one thing. But I'm talking about if you're laughing at something, there's no physical touch on you. There's nothing affecting your body, and yet you're having a physical reaction. It's incredible. It's really
no one's slamming your cheeks back. Like, it just happens.
And it's different than the fight or flight response, because that's, danger. That's built into our evolution. That's built into our natural setting of surviving and protecting our genetics, right?
Yeah.
But what is it about smiling that is linked to humor, laughter, funny, goodness, feeling good? Like, what is it? It's so crazy. So that's what I do. I smile and see how that's been helping.
And you just force a smile. Like, it can get that could get kind of sinister. Like, if you're mad, it's like, what the hell's that guy doing?
Yeah, that guy's really pissed off. He's so creepy. Look at the Jack Nicholson asshole over there.
Here's Nicky.
No.
All work and no play makes Nicky a dull boy.
True. I think it's okay to be a little creepy, especially if you're on your own.
Yeah, you gotta be weird sometimes.
Yeah, and so literally, if I'm having a bad day or thinking about something too much, I just try to smile, and then I don't know. It's so weird. It's like it comes out of nowhere. Just a thought comes in your head. It's like, it's not that bad. You're okay. And that little toehold of positivity is where you can launch your assault on negativity. Yeah.
Come from a place of strength and goodness. One thing for smiling that I've learned over years of stupid memes and stuff. One that I found very effective to help you smile that I don't think you can do without smiling is try to say bubbles in an angry voice. See?
Okay, I'm not even.
You can't like
all right, let me try it earlier. Bubbles. See, I've been practicing.
Okay.
I've been practicing.
Yeah.
I've been practicing.
In your Will Ferrell.
Bubbles. Okay, yeah. If you're really trying, I was kind of cheating. I was just screaming bubbles. But if you're like, bubbles.
It's silly. The other one was just saying beep boop back and like beep boop beep.
Could you imagine walking down the street and there's just a guy?
Beep, boop, beep, boop. Nothing. Man.
That guy's really working on it. Yeah. He's really trying to turn it around. He's trying to get that shit back on track.
It's all downhill.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so saying beep boop or
I'm trying to say bubbles in a angry like throaty voice.
See, it's even more of a trick now that whenever I'm mad, I'm just gonna think of you trying to say bubbles with an angry voice, and that's gonna make me feel better.
Yeah, that's like you guys. I don't know how many times a day where I just start laughing to myself.
Yeah.
Just because I think of all the goodness I have around me, the friends that I have. No, just kidding. I was just trying to be gratuitous, but no, just I don't know. Like you said, stuff's not that serious or important, and you can just laugh at things, or even it's a lot of times it's just self-inflicted. Just like, oh, you're an idiot. That's funny.
Yeah. I have a friend who says, if you're not laughing, you're crying. That's his life's motto.
Yeah. He's crying a lot, huh?
Also, check out those donkers. That's his other catchphrase. Just kidding. That's not what he says. He's a good guy, but he says if you're not laughing, you're crying. And it's an interesting philosophy, and it's a great philosophy because there's like he's kind of looking at it as the yin and the yang, and you have a choice to be one or the other.
Yeah.
And yes, the world is really much more gray, and it's really much more of a scale. But what side of that scale do you even want to be on? All right. There's always the mean. There's always the middle. There's always that midpoint, and you're on one side of it or the other.
Yeah.
We kind of live in a dichotomous world, unless like more than we care to admit. You're either alive or you're dead.
Ain't that the truth?
And so, yeah, if you take that philosophically a step further, is like if you're choosing to laugh. And I kind of told this to my dad the other day that he was on a family vacation with all of his in-laws. Ooh. And I said, Dad, the greatest trick in the book is taking something that should be frustrating to us and laughing at it. And because he's a very serious person.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about that. I'm really grateful for like friends like you and Aaron who have good senses of humor and look for opportunity. Because Aaron is taking that philosophy of if you're not laughing, you're crying, and fed it into like in every scenario, there's an opportunity. So if things aren't going your way, that means there's an opportunity to readjust, recalibrate, change. And I'm like, dang, like if you take that philosophy, you can't lose.
No, you can't. You cannot. And I heard a good question. I think Michelle actually asked me. She says, I want to ask you something. I said, well, did you find this on a BuzzFeed article or something? Every time she's like, oh, we got to take a quiz. Like, would you get this from BuzzFeed?
No, it was a Cosmo. Okay.
Yeah, right. But it was, I forgot where it was from, but it was, what percentage of your day do you think you're happy, or something along those of life? We'll just expand that to life. Like in a week, like what percentage of that do you think you're happy? And I think I said 10% of the time, maybe, or 10, maybe like a fifth, maybe 20. Like it's not about, to me, it's not about trying to be happy all the time, because if you're not sad sometimes, like you're not going to be able to feel happy. You got to have, like you were saying, the dichotomy. And I think most of the time, like it's in the gray, it's in the middle. You kind of just mellow.
Sure. And
you have those moments where you are. I feel like I am happier more than I'm sad.
Yeah.
But I guess I just feel. I guess I technically feel good a lot of the time, but not.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think you need to be elated. What do you define happy as? If you're constantly elated, then it's either A, you're bullshitting everyone and yourself, or it's just like you're on crack cocaine.
That's true. That's true.
It's one or the other. It's dichotomous, black or white.
Yeah. What do you feel? Where would you fall on that spectrum?
I would say, generally right now in life, I feel good. I feel like, here's the thing: the last couple of years have been pretty tough. But in self-inflicted ways, not that I have vices and I'm like sliding down a slope, but like I've been trying to achieve a dream and trying to achieve a certain level of work or career, right? And putting myself in situations that aren't comfortable, but I know will lead to growth. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, I'm not making what I want to be making. I'm not achieving everything I want to be achieving, but because of that struggle and the push, I feel relatively happy. Relatively proud of trying.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's for everyone. Everyone has a different journey, but you have to get to that place where you're like, hey, I feel like I'm doing my best. And that comes out of the 4 agreements of just always do your best. If you get yourself into a position in your life where you're always trying to put in your best and you feel that way, you'll feel very happy, very content. And so I'd say I'm feeling pretty good too. It's interesting you brought this up. I remember hearing on the Joe Rogan podcast, Dave Cho was talking about the negative thoughts, and psychologists have studied it, that we think of thousands of negative thoughts about ourselves every single day. Thousands of them, apparently. And I'm just like, whoa, that's an interesting thought. If you could just...
I believe it, yeah.
And then I combine that with some Warren Buffett, who's just rule number 1 is don't lose money. Rule number 2 is see rule number 1. But that's a philosophy. And if you apply that to your life and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in this deficit of negativity. I'm not even thinking happy thoughts. I'm just thinking like who cares about how many happy thoughts you're thinking? Let's just try to mitigate how many negative thoughts we're thinking.
Yeah.
And if you just start with that and you can start chipping away at that number, you start to get back to 0, and then you can get into the black and start having positive revenue, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's the way you got to look at it, is mitigating the number of negative thoughts, which is hard, which takes practice and discipline.
That's the thing, is people for so many years, it's if you I don't know, I'm trying to think of just something that's relatable to everyone. I don't know, if you chop, I say people chop onions. If you chop an onion the same way, you know, for a decade, someone comes along and shows you the new way to chop an onion, you're going to have to rebuild those skills, like to chop it the right way. Like you have this imprinted in your brain of this motion of how you've been doing it. And so reprogramming your brain to thinking more positively, or even if it's not more positively, less negatively, that's going to take some time. And I think a lot of people jump on stuff and they're like, oh, it's not working after a day of doing it, or like 2 days, like, oh, it didn't do anything. Well, give it a week, give it 3 weeks. Yeah. Like how long it takes, 21 days to build a habit or something, or is it 63 days?
You've done more research than I know, well, as far as like the science behind it. And I remember you telling me about that. You also, I loved when you were, I mean, it was a phase that you were kind of in exploring. I mean, you were on a streak there for a second. But you were also like talking about their perception of success, and how I love how you always love dismantling that, of everyone looks at a hero or a figure in their field and they're just like, that person has it all together and all that stuff, and they just have arrived. They're a shooting star. And it's like, you always say, go talk to them and look at all the work that went into this moment of success. All the discipline, all the practice, all the training, all the thinking, all the doing, all the work. And I loved when you were talking about that, because it's just like, whoa, like that's a good point. We just inevitably compare ourselves to each other. And I think we get a lot of negativity from comparing ourselves to other people. Yeah. Just from internal, you know, it's not those people's fault. You're comparing yourself to them. They're not saying, hey, I'm better than you. I mean, they might be, but
jerks.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I've been there. Like you said, McConaughey, how he was saying, like, you know, he went to the bar and the guy's like, hey, you want to be in a movie? Basically, that's that's the
it really was,
but basically like that. But it's not like he wasn't trying to become an actor before that. That was like, he's like, well, I'm almost like, I'm probably done with this, and then that guy happened to show. So that's probably so many years of practicing, auditioning and stuff. So it's like there's so much that people don't know for all these successful athletes, actors, accountants, like like CEOs, like they've been through so much bullshit and done so much and stabbed so many people in the back. Like
their overhand arc with that knife is just so strong.
It's so
powerful.
It's so ingrained.
So
like they used to try to stab like this, but now they're just overhand.
Yeah, they got the rib cage shot. They got the neck shot. They know exactly what they got to do.
They know what to
Kidney
do
slicers
to make them happy. But no, I think that was a good ramble on.
That was fantastic.
That was great.
That made me happy. Thank you.
There you go. So if you guys are looking to get in a better mood, listen to episode 95 of the Velocity Chaos podcast. There's things that you can do just to brighten your day. And if things do seem bad out there in your day to day, it might suck in the meantime. But and it's I don't want to say it doesn't matter like as much as you think. But I mean, you'll get through it, and you're going to come out a stronger, better person, more experienced. And you take if something bad did happen, take that time. You can take some time. No one's going to fault you, but don't let it overcome you. And there's going to be goodness on the other end.
Yeah, one smile at a time, you'll get there.
I like that.
Nice.
You look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you.
So you can run and tell that, homeboy.
Yeah, cheers. Don't be a hero, mate. Yeah, cheers.
Yes, cheers indeed. Here we are heading into the Aussie news segment here. Chill out with the Didge. So we got not everything's all sunshine and whistles and bells down in Australia here. In this Aussie news segment, we have restaurant owner makes surprising offer to the group who fled without paying a $500 bill.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
So,
what kind of restaurant is this?
this is a pizza place.
What? How do you rack up $500 at a pizza place? That's a lot of pies.
That's a lot of pizza pie. So the group of 12 young men ordered pizzas, pasta, dessert, and drinks at the Coburg Pizza Shop back on October 8th. It's not the Coburg's the city. It's owner of a Melbourne. Oh, maybe what? Oh my God! I thought I had this all.
This is north-south Australia, right?
Exactly. This is the north. This is the south-north side. Because I was reading it earlier and I didn't do. Oh my God!
Skimmed it.
It's a old school pizza, is what they call it. Old
Brick
school
oven
pizza. And anywho, so yeah, the 12 dudes, 12 young men. I think they
12 blokes.
12 blokes, what we'll call them. They got some pies, some pasta, and they ditched
Some pieces.
some pizza. You know what the manager or owner, one of them said? He said, "I'll welcome them back." It's hard out here, but
Jesus.
he is this
Just
guy.
Jesus.
He said, but at least we'd like an apology. That's all. And one of the kids came back with his mom on Tuesday. So this we're a little after that. He came back with his mom. They sat down for a meal, and he confessed, like, "Hey, I was one of the kids. We'll pay for it." And the owner's like, "No, don't worry about it."
Wow.
Yeah.
What a guy. Wow.
Yeah.
So they dined and dashed, huh?
Yep, classic. You ever
Dang.
dung and dashed?
Dung and dashed. No, I never have. I almost did once by accident. Just like I don't know. Yeah, I've
Sometimes
done
they
it.
take too long.
I've done it by accident. There should be like a random rule where like if the server from the time you put your fork down doesn't come back with like to ask for the check or if you need anything else, that you could just dip.
Yeah, you start the timer 5 minutes or 8 minutes, I don't know. And you're out.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the kid, so they offered, and they said no. And, what I asked if no. So one time went to Wisconsin with some friends to meet some other friends that we met. One guy went to the bathroom, and then we got up, and like as he was coming back, I was like, "All right, let's go." But he's like, "Well, do we pay?" I was like, "No, let's just go." And I paid when he got up. I paid for everyone. He's like, he just went along with it. He's like, "All right, let's go." And he's like, "Did we really just do this?" Like,
And then the whole restaurant's just like, asshole.
Yeah.
This guy was about to dine and dash.
Yeah. So I got him to think we did.
Nice. That's a good joke. That's a great joke.
I mean, that just goes to show you that in life, you could take these moments of badness, and you could turn the other cheek. You can make it a happy moment, a blissful moment, a holier than thou moment, and you can improve yourself when other people are being bad around you. You don't have to be guilty by association. You can stick up and say, "Hey, that's wrong. That's not right. We shouldn't be doing that." Even if they are their friends, maybe they're not really your friends. Maybe that's the bad crowd, but maybe you just gotta smile if they say we're done with you, and you go on your merry old way. It could be the worst movie that you ever saw. But when you go to bedtime for your rituals, it's the mistakes that you make in life that's what you don't want to forget those. You want to remember them, when you're out there in the world, you can make your good shoes, and you can be on your good family vacations, and you can make that athlete's salary, and when you have those mistakes in your back pocket, you know what's going to turn you off in the dating world, because you don't have to talk about your favorite job. You'll find that out later on. You don't have to talk about that, because if you want to be the king of kings, the god of gods, the Zeus of them all, that's what you're going to want to do. Anywho, probably should have just added in post, because when the can makes you think that there's something in there that isn't, the whole time it's you that's got to read the fine print.
Woo woo! Here we go. My train's so much different than your train, I realized. We're pulling into the recommendation station. This is the last part of the show where we make sure that you do not leave without a recommendation from us. We recommend TV, movies, other podcasts and social media platforms, and cool stuff, products sometimes even. Tonight, I'm going to recommend some music to you guys. Live by the Drop by Stevie Ray's Vaughn. This is a song that I've been listening to a lot lately. It just kind of came up into my feed, but I really liked it. It's a song about friendship, and it's a song about mates, sticking with mates, and having a good time. It was recorded in 1990, right before Stevie Ray passed away, and it was released posthumously on the album The Sky is Crying in 1991. The song was written by his friend Doyle Bramall. He grew up with Stevie Ray Vaughan. They played in some bands together in high school throughout Texas. And Doyle actually wrote this song for Stevie Ray as his friend. And later, Stevie Ray recorded it. They did work together a couple times, and Doyle never got that big, but his son tours with Clapton and stuff like that. So, he was able to kind of leave a legacy. But hey, I just really quickly want to read this part for you, Luke, because you're one of my longest friends, dearest friends. And the lyrics go like this: "No wasted time, we're alive today. Churning up the past, there's no easier way. Time's been between us, a means to an end. God, it's good to be here walking together, my friend."
Nice.
So that one's for you, buddy.
That's beautiful. One thing, his buddy Doyle Bramhall, I think in Celtic, for what we learned from last episode, that's Doyle Browen.
Doyle Brown, pretty close, probably. Doyle Sam Haynes Brummel. We'll go with that. Guys, wherever your buddies are, wherever your mates are, your gal pals are, whoever's out there who loves you, remember that they do. It's a great way to make you smile, and a smile is a great way to make you feel better. If you're not laughing, you're crying, so keep the chuckles coming. And hey, this has been a fun 95th episode of the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We're 5 away from 100. This is amazing. It's been a long journey. Thank you for being on it with us. Remember, we are your friends. Happy to hear from you guys. Interact in whatever way you feel comfortable with. We will be here. Looking forward to it. Well, that does it for Nick. See you next time.
And this is Luke signing off. Thank you guys once again. Please, please, please have good, happy holidays coming up. Cherish your loved ones coming up. And if you see someone that's sad and down, tell them about the Velocity Chaos Podcast. Hopefully we'll brighten your day. We brighten our days. So I guess that's really all that matters. I enjoy doing this. So thank you guys once again. And like we always say, Zeus, have a good one.
Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Interact with us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.